Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get some more videos every week. Right now I got about 2 to 3 coming out. Every Tuesday I have my Arbenz Duets play-alongs. If you haven't checked those out, there's about 34 of them. We're halfway through all 68. And then on Thursdays or Saturdays, generally Saturdays, I'll put out either a performance video like the Euphonium cams that we've been putting out. I had the Jan van der Roos Requiem out last week, and this week I put out the Video Games Live concert, which you can find in my channel. But today I'm going to do something a little different. Today I'm actually reviewing the Silent Brass by Yamaha. I got this a couple weeks ago as a late birthday present, but I've been trying it out for a month, and I want to kind of go through my thoughts and feelings on it. And we'll get started with an unboxing, and then I'll go through some other thoughts and feelings on it as we go through the video. So here we go. So I got this a couple weeks ago and I'm trying it out for the first time. I've never actually even seen this version of it. I actually own the first version for tenor trombone, and I'm interested to see how this works. So I'm gonna unbox it right now and play it for a couple hours, show you how it sounds. Maybe I can show you some cool things we can do with it. And here we go with some unboxing. Got my handy dandy knife. So right on top, we've got the, so let me take a look at this. So in this little package right up top has the personal studio, little box that you plug your headphones in, and it acts like a mixer. So you can send stuff out to another mixer or speakers or your headphones. You can adjust volume. Do a couple neat things with this, which is going to be helpful later on. Comes with audio cable. Oh, a set of headphones actually. So we've got a set of headphones. We've got several manuals. We got a pickup mute manual. We've got a studio guide. Some other spec things that are in Japanese. Yes, and some notice papers. That's in that one bag. We also have just an auxiliary cable that we can plug the personal studio into something else if we wanted to. Then in this other bag, we have a strap, which I believe in this new system, you have the strap attached to your bell and to the Silent Brass, and it kind of holds the two together. We'll see how that goes together in a little bit. So I'm gonna put that aside. And then we have this rubber piece that I think holds the two parts together, because I think it's in 2 different pieces. And then all that's left is an assembly manual and the pickup mute itself. So let's see how this comes together. Alright. So there's the mute itself. I believe it has 2 parts. Oh, it screws into it. No, that's in this. Alright, that's how we get it. So it comes together in one piece here, but we have the top part that kind of slides over the bottom part for, I'm guessing, travel. So what we do is take both these parts and lock them into each other. They have these interlocking ridges. So you just kind of lock them in like so. And then we have the pickup mute. Yeah, so then this coupling rubber thing will go over and join the two together. So we just slide it on like so. And then we have all this covered up. Should be good to go with that. Alright, so I got it figured out. So this little attachment system here goes around the top, and it just sits nicely up against this deal. And then we take the other part and we wrap it around the bell once we get it loose enough. So we loosen that up, and then we'll strap this bottom part around the bell, and it'll hold it in place. The part with the felt will actually go in the bell, because that's the part that protects the bell from getting scratched. We can go ahead and turn this, and it loosens up this stick here that actually, if you can see it here, I'll move this out of the way. You see, I can pull the actual mute part, the microphone, in and out. And from what I understand, this helps with tuning, so that it goes in and out of the bell, and you don't have to worry about it being too stuffy or not picking up the right pitch because it's too far in your bell or not far enough. So you get to adjust it to your own personal preference. That being said, on the top, we actually have a place to plug in the cable that plugs into the personal studio. So unfortunately, Yamaha decided not to attach batteries in the packaging, not included. So I'm not going to be able to use the pickup mute right now, but I'll give it a try in the morning when I get to find some AA batteries. It only takes 2 AA batteries to power the personal studio, but they did not include them, which is kind of a bummer. Alright, so maybe you can help me out with this. See if any of you have had the problem with this, if you've had it. On the personal studio, I finally found some batteries to put in there. So I've been able to get some batteries for it, but the case here, if you look at it, it's got some pretty thick, let's see if I focus in on that there, some pretty thick padding, and it's not allowing me to close the case, if you'll see. So I got the case there, got these guys there. I'll push it in as it says, it'll pop open. And I think the problem is it's got these little tiny feet here that aren't latching because this is pushing really hard. So I'm going to try to work on something to try to fix that. But yeah, it's really aggravating because I think I got it locked in, and then we got this technology. It'll still work, so don't worry about it. But it's another thought, something to think about. With lithium-ion batteries getting so cheap these days and being put in everything, it'd be cool to just put one in there and have a little USB charging station there. Yamaha, if you're listening, let me know. If you do it, give me some credit. Alright, now using my horn here, I'm going to show you how we put it on to the Euphonium. So we take the pickup mute, we take it with the felt side, okay, and we're actually going to put it onto the bell. It's going to fit nice and snug, okay, not so snug I guess, but you got to put it in there, okay. You're going to take the strap that came with it, and you're going to put it over the top here on the smooth end, wrap the strap around. See if I can get this going. Wrap the strap around and then Velcro the two ends together. And it's on. Once you got the Velcro strap put in, it's on. Makes the horn a little heavy, but nothing too unmanageable. Now what you do is, once you're set, you'll unscrew this little knob up here and you can move the actual microphone around and see if it works out. Let's see how it works. This will be the first notes I ever play on this thing. Oh, it's not too bad. It's pretty free blowing in the bottom of the horn. Let's see if I adjust this guy. It helps a little bit. It feels just like the old, the trombone mute that I have, the Silent Brass for tenor trombone, the first version, except for it's a little more free blowing. Let's see how this works. I pulled it out just a little bit, see if it feels any different. Wow, that plays really well. It kind of feels, it doesn't feel like I have much of a mute on there. Yeah, it feels like there's something there, but it's not as strong as I thought it was, and it's a little heavy on the horn, but it doesn't feel too bad. I'm gonna play with it a little bit for the next day or so, especially with the tuner, see how it helps. But so far, first impressions, I'm really impressed. It's actually something that's gonna help now that I live in an apartment and not a home. It means I get to practice at night, and I'm so excited, being that this is almost 11 o'clock at night. I can make those sounds, and I haven't heard anybody complain yet. Alright, so let's talk about some final impressions. It plays really well throughout the entire instrument. I don't have a lot of back pressure, it's pretty free-blowing. Throughout the horn it feels very even. I don't feel like there's anything really stopping me from playing with my fullest sound. The only place that's a little weird for me is in the extreme upper and lower registers, so 4 or 5 ledger lines up or in the pedal register. The pitch gets a little wonky, and as you get up there it starts to get a little flat. But it's not anything that's unplayable, you know, and especially with the tuning rod, the way that it works, you can adjust things so that if you're going to be doing a lot of high register work, you can just adjust it so that it sits right in tune, and it works out really well. Another way that I've been using it is using the personal studio to plug it into, plug it in from the auxiliary port and plugging it into an iRig that plugs into my iPad, and then I can play with loops. I can play with guitar pedals and other stuff and kind of get into that new cool electro-acoustic brass space. So I'm going to do a separate video on that in a couple weeks as I get used to it, and I'll show you my setup. It's very simple, but it requires a little bit of equipment to get it going, but it's a really, really cool thing. There's a lot of possibilities there, so I'm excited about that. Another great use for it is, you know, some of us don't have time to practice during the day. For example, I'm a middle school band teacher, so I'm working till 5 in the afternoon, then I got a bunch of errands to run, and by the time I get home, I don't really have a lot of time to practice before everyone's out, you know, asleep or whatnot, so I don't want to bother anybody. But, you know, if it's 10 o'clock at night and I plug this thing in, no one's going to bug me about it. So it's really quiet compared to my normal playing, so I get an opportunity to practice late at night. You know, even if it's just doing lip slurs or, you know, some technique stuff to keep my chops going, it allows me to do that where otherwise I wasn't able to do that. And that's it for my Yamaha Silent Brass review. If you're interested in purchasing it, check the description down below and you'll have some links that you can buy this. Also, if you feel like this would help somebody, please share it. One of the big reasons why I did this was because I hadn't seen a lot of reviews of it other than the Yamaha artists playing through them, and I wanted to get kind of a more close look at it. So if you think that this will help somebody in their decision, please share it with them. And make sure you check out all the other videos I got on here. Like I said, I'll have 1 or 2 of them out a week, sometimes 3, and I'll see you on the next one.